Says live. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Yahweh. All right, double honors to the apostles, and salutations to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity and truth and with charity. Hey man, hey, go to the comment board. We're gonna go in. Hey, as the title says, man, this asshole, EJ Love, aka Christian Love Affair. Right. You know, Esau stay going to this madness that Edom is done away with. But it's pure madness, man. There's no scripture to support that. One. Don't say it and then say look it up.
He said one at the same time. Not one.
And then want to, oh, well, what's the prophecy yet? We got to match up with the scriptures, man. So look what he said. He's right there. Right. So first he comes and he tells us, you know, tells the brother, because it's on the Brother Murph page. He tells us, go look at Isaiah 34:2 and get ready. So the brother Curtin tells him to look at verse 5, and then he says Edom is done away with, right? So let's go into the scriptures and explore this, man. So we can't let Esau get out that jam, man.
No, man.
That's Christianity's biggest attack right now, is to just prove that Esau was done away with, and they can't because it's impossible, man.
Like the elder apostle Tahar said, we need the time and the date, man.
Right. Give us some prophecy on it, man.
Any prophecy.
Give us one scripture showing that it worked out the way you said.
Matter of fact, is it the Zondervans over there on that table?
Yep, it's one in my bag.
God knows that we need that definition, man. Cause Edom is the only nation, you know, according to the history, according to the scriptures, according to even a secular world history, that's not promised any mercy. Mercy from what? Mercy from the day of judgment, man. The dreadful day.
The compact, this is Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, right? It's page 142. Looked up Edomite, right? It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments.
So that says Esau, right? And then Edom, all right, and it said it's prophetic. Just like the brother from 2001 you just said, man. Give us a prophecy. You are a white man, once again, like it says in the book of Psalms, I think that's the 64th chapter, when it says that tongue shall fall upon himself. And you got the white man telling you himself, you know, because the Rothschilds know, the Rockefellers, the elites of Esau, they actually know who they are and they know who we are.
Got you real fast?
Come.
This is Genesis 36 and verse 8. It says, thus dwelt Esau. Esau was the son of Jacob, right? Slakia, of Isaac, Jacob's brother, right? Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, man. So when it says Edom figure prominently, man, guess what, man? I'm gonna keep reading.
It's a whole race of people.
And say, and these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Right? And it says great future judgments. Now, when we read the curse in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, the 68th verse, it says what? It says that how we went into Egypt again with ships. How did we get here? We were sold. When you read Joel the 3rd chapter, it says what? You know, it says that the inhabitants of Tyre and Philistine gave them to the Grecians.
You're moving far from your border.
When did that happen?
Hey,
that was way after the destruction of Rome. He want to say it's destroyed in 70 AD. You know?
Hey, that was us getting destroyed in 70 AD.
Right. The Jews, man. Titus came against the Jews in 70 AD. What the fuck they got to do with Edom? Hey, did you finish with that, Saunders?
I'm going to finish it up. It says, if we can grab these scriptures, it says, see, notably, Isaiah 34 and 5.
Nah. Oh, wait a
6.
minute. Wait a minute. That's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because when you read the comment board, he tried to cut me with Isaiah 34 and 2. And my response was, "Did you read verse 5?" See that? See, look, man. EJ, you ain't fucking with us, man. And like that nigga Jay-Z said, man, we kill you motherfucking ants with a sledgehammer, man. Like, stop doing this, man.
And it says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High.
Hey, because hey, listen, we know that in the kingdom of heaven, you know, the nations go back to their land, man. It's into their own lands. They have peace, and then that's according to the scriptures. That's why I say that in Proverbs 28, and I think 28, and also Proverbs 29 and verse 2, man. We know that, man, because the righteous is gonna be in authority, and what the people is gonna rejoice, man.
Yep.
I got one real quick, man, and this is why y'all assholes trying to get out this jam. This is Zechariah 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Because we still in the captivity under the so-called white man. But you don't think you had anything to do with that. Like, and it's apparently on the comment board, on my comment board, you said, that's my forefathers and all that. And that's why you got cut with Isaiah 14 and 21. All right, it said, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. All right. Y'all brothers got the scriptures?
Yeah, I got this Isaiah 34 and 5. That's the government brought out that you cut them on a hammer with. It say, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Edomia and upon the people of my curse to judge.
And what's Idumea, man? You know, Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. So it says the sword shall read that again.
Let's start at verse 1 now.
Bible.
It's Isaiah.
He posted it. He told us to get ready. Start at verse 2. He said get ready. But go ahead.
It's Isaiah 34 and 1. It say, come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that it is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Right. So the Lord is going to judge all the nations at once. They're talking about the heathen nations, man. That word there for nations is Gawayim, or what they say Goyim, man. If I'm not mistaken, it's that word Gawayim, man. All right, and that's talking about the heathens. All right, go ahead.
Right. It say, and his fury upon all their armies.
Clearly the heathens, because the Israelites don't got an army. So-called Negroes, you know, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, you ain't got no fucking armies,
we
man.
fighting the white man on it.
Right, we joined that shit.
Hey, just like they told him in that movie, Dead Presidents, when the Vietnamese got that guy, they cut his inside out, they cut his dick off and they put it in their mouth, and they put the note to him and they said, go home, black man, this not your war.
That's right.
Because that ain't our army, man. This ain't our country.
That's right. Go ahead.
It say, he hath utterly destroyed them, he has delivered them to the slaughter.
So when did all the nations get utterly destroyed? When did their armies get wiped out? If you say Edom got destroyed in 70 AD, you saying this also happened in 70 AD. Go ahead.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their sink shall come up out of their carcasses.
Stink out of their carcasses.
Out of their carcasses, and their mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts of the heavens shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Yep, and that's that destruction, man. You know, it says what? That it says about the blood. You know, it is symbolic of how much death is going to be out here, man. When those nukes get shot off.
All right. It said all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the earth shall roll back, man. All right. When did that happen?
Hey, Salaki, you. Hey, look, now this I'm just in my Bible, right? Because I had Obadiah 1 and 18 on deck. But but check this out, right? This is the prelogue to Obadiah in this one. And it never says nothing good about Esau. It said, matter of fact, it says one. It breaks down the chapter because Obadiah is one chapter long. It says one, the doom of Edom, verses 1 through 9. 2, Edom's attitude toward Jerusalem, verses 10 through 14, and it ends at 21. All right. It says 3, Edom in the day of the Lord.
And that's the point. See, now
That's verses 15 to 21.
Because we're going to keep reading after the Isaiah 34. This is talking about the day of the Lord. This is talking about the great judgment day.
That's right.
This Isaiah 34 is talking about the great judgment day, which means Edom is still around. Just as Obadiah, 1 and 15 starts off, man. What you going to get, man? Go ahead. How's Edom going on the day of the judgment?
Let me read this latter end part. All right. In the prelogue, it said Obadiah predicted the final annihilation of Edom because that opposition to God's chosen nation. So this is the setup for the end, man. He said the final annihilation.
That's right.
Man, you crackers and lost your goddamn mind. And yeah, we said crack.
It's Isaiah 34 and 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right, and that's that mushroom cloud, man, blocking out the sun. The mushroom clouds, go ahead.
And all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falling from off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Edomia and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
So Edomia, like the brother said, is Edom, man. So this is what's gonna happen, man. That fig, as a fig comes down, when you look at a fig, it looks like a missile. When you watch a ripe fig falling off the thing, it comes down, hangs over like a missile. All right.
Yep.
And it said, what is going to come down upon Edom? All right, these weapons just got a. Can you get Isaiah 50?
I got you.
Come on.
This is Isaiah 54 and 16. It says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
But this the Lord's weapon, man. Was indignation. All right. You can get Job 20 real quick. Charlotte, go to Job 20. Verse you got something?
Yeah, switch over here real fast. It's Isaiah 13 and verse 5. It says they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, right?
Intercontinental ballistic missiles.
That's right.
All right. So from one landmass to another. Intercontinental, man. That just got invented now.
Hey.
Nobody can shoot an arrow from one land to the other.
That's right. That's right.
Right, the second Ezra, the 16th chapter.
I got it right here. This is 2nd Ezra 16, verse 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And when we just read this Isaiah, it says they come from the end of heaven, man. That Isaiah 34, it says, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. You know, those missiles coming, right?
Right. It said bathed in heaven to come down upon Edomia.
That's right. That's right.
His kingdom is that great. Yeah, we will start at 5.
Yeah, and the missiles, when you look at the demonstration, they go up into the atmosphere and then they come back down.
That's what
just like a chip, baby.
It's a scripture that says the windows on high are open. And it was talking about how the missiles gonna come down upon this place. Lord willing, I'll look for it. But when on this Isaiah 13, verse 1 says the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. So it said what? In Edom. So he's seeing the same vision. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Psalms 137 tells you that the daughter of Babylon is Edom, man.
Right. New Babylon is Edom, man.
That's right.
Prophecy. David wasn't in captivity in Babylon. He's saying the far off. He was talking about this place, man.
That's right. This is verse 5, Isaiah 13 and 5. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh Basham Yahushai, and the weapons of his indignation.
From the end of heaven, Salaki, man, because it's traveling in the atmosphere, man.
That's right.
It's traveling in the air, man. From the land, it's shot straight up to, and it comes over like that fig tree, that arcing, all right, like the fig tree, like the fig, the right fig. Go to YouTube to look at the.
That's why we understand what the wind is when you read scriptures like what's that, Isaiah 32:1, in Revelation, where it said they held the four corners.
Right fig.
They held the four corners
Right
from it's talking about destruction, man. When they said they held the four corners of the heavens.
Right.
So we know that, man, because when they ain't, man, when the Lord take that when the Lord ready to unleash his wrath, man, and he ready to unleash that destruction wind, man, it's gonna be by them thermonuclear missiles, man.
Right.
You see how it's standing up in the pictures down there? It's up in the air, but then when it's ready and right, it hangs over.
Mm-hmm.
Like the missile, like that one, that all to the right, that black one. I got that shape. That's how it looks when it's attached. Like that missile, man, that come down arc motion, man. Like a fig tree gonna come out the heaven, man. Look at it. The purple's right there. Especially the ones to the left, them were good, right? Yeah. That's how it's coming down, man. That's the missiles. You gotta visualize this, man. All right? And it said it shall come from the end of the heaven, man. Shot up and then come over. And in Isaiah 54, it lets you know that it's man-made.
That's right.
And we got precept to show that, man.
Yeah, I'm
No, you still got more on
No, go ahead.
Oh, this Jeremiah 51 and 1. It say, this said the Lord, behold, I will risen up again Babylon against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And I will send up into Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in that day of trouble that shall be against her round about, against him that bendeth like the archer being his bow, and against him that lifted himself up into the brinement, and spare ye not her, young man, destroy ye utterly all her hosts, man. Like, what is that talking about, man? That's talking about these missiles, the missiles that's going to be shot upon America, man. Hey, this scriptures is plain, man.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, man. Hey, look, that's like I said in the lesson that you scoffing on, man. Sirach 10:8, man, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, all right, and riches gotten by the sea. The kingdom is translated from one people to another, man. Who rules this kingdom, man? The fact that your punk ass can walk down the street declaring your madness and your Christianity after 500 years plus, man, proves you ruling this kingdom, man. You ain't got no goddamn sense. You an Edomite, man. You people have sex with dogs, man.
You have more Isaiah 13?
Yeah, verse 6. It says, "How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand."
So read the verse above it again.
Mm-hmm. This is
read it to that.
Yep. This is Isaiah 13, verse 5. It says, "They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation."
The weapons of his indignation, as we read in Isaiah 54, all right, it's the man-made weapons, man. You're going to have chariots coming, and you're going to have the nukes coming at the same time.
That's right.
That's right.
It says, "And the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty."
That's right. That's talking about the end. All right, that's talking about the end. That said the day of the Lord, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it said, which is what? That's what people call the Great Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
That's exactly what Isaiah 34 is going into, which we're going to get back into that, man. That's exactly what it's going into, the Great Judgment Day. And you Christians, to come upon all you heathens, including Esau, Edom, as we just read, man. All the nation was mentioned, and then it specified Edom, because Edom is the ruler right now.
That's right.
That's something right here. This is Isaiah 24, verse 19. It says, "The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again." And it's talking about what, man? The destruction of this place, man. It's gonna be great. This place is gonna be broken into 3 pieces, man. It's a big ass continent, you know, from sea coast to sea coast, man. You know.
That's right. That's right.
It says, verse 21, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, man. So like you said, there's a great judgment that's coming upon what? Oh, you heathen, man. But who was the high one on high? Specifically Esau, Edom.
The wicked. Get that Job 20. Start at 5.
The wicked.
This is Job 20, verse 5. That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Through his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach up to the clouds.
Right, like I said, it should come down, and my sword be bathed in heaven, and come down upon Edom. Because what? They've reached the heavens, man. Obadiah, the first, what is the 4th verse?
Set their nest.
Right, they set their nest on high, man. That's where they hear this at, man. That's why I said, oh, Lucifer has thou fallen. Which was Lucifer's a title for the king of Babylon, which is Edom. Go ahead. You got it? Go ahead.
That's right.
It's Obadiah 1 and 4. Though thou exaltest thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Slakia, what's this nation's bird, man? What was Greece bird? What was the Roman bird? What was Germany bird? What's Russia bird? Spain, etc. The eagle.
All Edomites.
Go ahead. They said, set thy nest among the stars.
Hey, even on the back of your dollar, man. Back of your quarter, man.
That's right.
Eagle, man.
It says set thy nest among the stars, which is your space program, but also, man, it's just your fucking pride.
That's right.
It says pride have deceived thee.
That's right.
Hey, we ain't got the black, with so-called black people. Like, and we've been saying it for years, and the Elder Malcolm, man, he been saying it, man. And they even did it. They proved what the Elder was saying, man, when they made that stupid-ass movie, God, Kings, Prophets and Kings, that little show. Soon they make a story about Esau. Everybody else in the movie white, but Esau black as hell, man.
Right. Even everybody white. Ham white. Edom black. Which proves that Esau was so-called white man, because why would he go out his way to do that?
Why would he? Exactly.
Why would he just make him white like everybody else?
These prophecies, the eagle, the nest of most of the time, where the fuck our space shuttles at?
Right.
Go ahead, huh? Getting exposed.
You want to jump down now?
No. Read the verse you read, Job over.
Obadiah 20.
No, Job.
Let's click on Job 20 and verse 6. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach up to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
That's right, man. As it said, man, you're going to be utterly destroyed, right? Now skip down to verse 23.
Verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
It's a lock. Let's prove who that him is. This Malach, the wicked part. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Hello?
Forever.
So they got to be around, man.
That's right, because it says what? The weapons of indignation comes at the end of the world. And that's how it's going to show that Edom is the ones who the Lord hate.
God, no.
So that ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
So Edom is clearly the wicked, the border of wickedness.
Clearly.
And they're about to get this weapon of indignation that the Smith made. All right, which we're reading about in this Job. Keep going, that Job. It's going to explain to you it's man-made. And go ahead. It's going to get very descriptive. So you would know when Edom is destroyed, because he's going to be blown off the fucking map, man.
Go ahead. And they talk about now Job. They talk about his excellency. They talk about his excellency going up to the cloud. Hey, the so-called white man had the whole earth tricked once upon a time, man. Now everybody waking up to your goddamn madness, man. You don't have that excellency no more, man. The nation's calling you the great Satan, man. Go ahead.
Which proves that you're a fucking devil. Go ahead.
Verse 24. He shall flee from iron weapons and the bow of.
Read 23 over. Oh,
This is Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Right? So it's like yours will come back from on high, man, out of the heavens. And it said rain, right? Go ahead.
Verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through.
So proving what the brother Mathiah read in Isaiah 13, that bow that's going to come from into heaven is man-made. All right, it's made from elements, iron, steel. All right, go ahead.
Verse 25. It is drawing and coming out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his back. Terrors are upon him.
Right, so you got to picture that, man. It's going to come out the body, the earth, right out their land mass, man. Out their lands, it's going to come destroy them, man. The missile silos.
DJ Big Chaz Love, bro. You said Jesus Chicago teacher was taught Edom was destroyed in 70 AD. You don't know your scriptures. Both sides, there's not in there, not one kind of people. You don't know shit. Think what you want. You want to do all that little type of shit, that don't mean shit. I don't read none of that. I don't give no fuck. If you put anything on my videos, I'm just going to erase the shit. Come to Chicago and try that shit here. Otherwise, shut the fuck up, you simple-minded nickel. Shalom, man.
Yeah, shalom, bro. There you go, man.
The Lord, it ain't got no fucking fruit. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's you and Adam, bald head ass.
You're a dumbass.
Coming up to the
You're retarded, stupid, ignorant, and just a punk ass bitch. Ain't got no goddamn life. You're a pathetic motherfucker, man.
They look like fanboy.
Go on other motherfucker page. If I had just happened to chance against a video, and I hear some shit that ain't right, what I move on. I don't pay no attention. I sit there putting scripture after scripture. I'll try to contend and fight with motherfuckers. That's the sign of a punk ass bitch. Shalom.
God. And when you go into that word, it is drawn. Hey, the definition so cold, it says to draw out or off, take off. So it takes off from the body, man. It comes out the mist. All right, out the mist. All right, of the land, that glittering sword made of iron and steel, man. All right, and coming out of his gall, man, it comes right out of your own fucking mist, man, out of your places, man. All right, who got nukes? Russia. All right, China, Iran. All right, Israel.
Shit, we ain't got no nukes.
Right, and it's gonna come right out of the midst of your lands, man. All right, to destroy you, man. That's the weapons of the Lord indignation, man. All right, and it's gonna and you're gonna be terrified when it happens, man. All right, you can finish. Read that verse over.
Yeah, they'll be terrified. That's why the scriptures say in the book of Revelation, and they're gonna seek death and not find it. The Lord preserving is setting all you little demons up, including the 2/3 of Israel. But it's y'all. We gonna get on y'all now, man. But he's setting all y'all up. He said he preserved the ungodly for the day of judgment, man. And you are damn double, man.
God, go ahead.
Job 20, verse 25. It is drawing and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gown. Terrors are upon him. Our darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blowing shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacles.
Hey, there you go, man. A fire not blown, man. What's that called? Nuclear fusion, man. All right, I get it mixed up. Fusion and fission, I always get mixed up. point is, man, it's not your average take a match or a missile that's sparked by fire. No, man. It's a chemical reaction, man. That's what's gonna burn you up. This fire and brimstone. All right? A fire not blown is gonna get you, man. Damn. Basically the power of the sun. That's how you notice the weapons from on high, man. Keep going, read 27.
Verse 27, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him.
There you go. So when you see this great destruction come, the power of the sun, this is how you know Esau, Edom is this is how you don't know Edom is the people who the Lord got indignation against forever. Like we read. Because the weapon of his indignation is coming upon and prove it, man. Alright?
It's gonna dry this whole place out. Ain't gonna be no Lake Michigan. Ain't be no Lake Hudson. Ain't gonna be no Lake Erie. It's gonna be a big ass armpit.
That's right. So
musty as hell.
So how did this happen in 70 AD? When it's a weapon, you can whatever weapon you think this stuff means, when did this be made in 70 AD? Come down, all right, block out the sun, all right, take Esau out of their rulership. Wait a minute. Edom, who was ruling in 70 AD? Rome. So if you're saying that Edom was destroyed in 70 AD, the one that's bugged out, because that would mean they had to be ruling, which they were. But Rome wasn't destroyed in 70 AD.
Right.
It says Edom would be, the wicked would be up in the heavens. He'll be ruling.
That's right.
Rome didn't get destroyed in 70 AD. That's why in the Malachi said what? He shall build his desolate places. He came back.
During the Renaissance period.
The rebirth.
That's right. Oh, that's some sweet white Caesar Borgia popped on the scene. Telling the world he was Jesus.
You guys don't know the prophecies, man. You don't know history, biblical history, man. All right, that's it on that joke.
Even in one of their own scholars, William Beeston here wrote that book, you know, that we do have possession of, that history of the Edomite Roman Empire. William Beeston, 1839. You don't know your own history, man. Don't be.
This is Psalms 7 and verse 11. It says, the Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. It says, if he turn not, he will whet his sword. It said the sword come out the body, right? He hath bent his bow, that bow from the other end of the world, right? And made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. Hey, those weapons of his indignation, man. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. Who are those persecutors? It says, behold, he travaileth with iniquity and hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood, man. And who's done that? This is Job 15 and verse 20. Right. It says, the wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of his years is hidden to the oppressor, right? It says the wicked man. But when you keep reading through, it speaks about all the bullshit he gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? The judgments, right? It says verse 35 though. I started 34. It says, for the congregation of hypocrites shall be desolate, and fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceits. When you start at 20, it says the wicked. Who is that wicked, man? You read Malachi, the first chapter, you find out who is that wicked, man. Esau, Edom, you know. Go back to Psalms verse 7 and verse 15. It says he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head. His violent dealing shall come down upon his own hate. Right. You know. That's
why it says it'll come out the midst of his gall, man. His own shit that he made, man. They split the right. They did that, man. Now it's going to bring their own destruction upon them.
It's perfect, man.
Right. The Lord gave him that ability to do that, man. His weapon is the sword. He built his own sword for his destruction. All right. So we can go back to Isaiah 34, 5. You had some more?
That's
some more.
No, I was done.
All right.
No, go back. But no, I was just going to say that's why the scripture saying in Proverbs, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He put it whithersoever he will, man. Because the Lord gave y'all the wisdom to do that, man. Going back to what the brother was saying. The great white man who just came from his damn hands and his knees didn't just think of this on his own, man. He didn't even know how to wash his ass a couple years ago.
Huh.
Fucking monkey.
You got him knock it down your second chapter.
It's Isaiah 34. And you want it back at 5? Verse 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Edomia."
And we just read what that sword is. That glittering sword, man. All right? The nuclear missiles. Go ahead.
"And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. And for the Lord has sacrificed in Basra."
Right. So you guys are counted as a sacrifice, man. All right? It ain't talking about actual lambs and stuff. It's talking about you Edomites, man. You're fit for the sacrifice.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead.
"And the great slaughter in the land of Edomia."
Turn. Get Isaiah 63. Hold that. Keep going.
It say, "And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaking with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord vengeance."
Where's the what?
For it's the day of the Lord's vengeance.
So wait a minute. 70 AD was the day of the Lord's vengeance, man? 70 AD was the judgment day?
Yeah, stop playing with Google, man.
That's madness, man. You got, these prophecies are very plain, man. 70 AD wasn't judgment day. 70 AD was us getting kicked out of our fucking land.
Nothing for you, okay? This Deuteronomy 31, and it's all the way back in Deuteronomy. This Moses prophesying about it, right? This is Deuteronomy 31, and yeah.
I think it's 32.
It was 32. The water, brother.
Yeah, I was thinking about it earlier, but I said I wouldn't even bring it up. But hey, this is spirit, man.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and 41. It says, "If I wet my glittering sword in my hand to take hold on judgment, vengeance to my enemies, and will reward them that hate me." Right? You can read Psalms 83. It says the Lord's enemies, man. Who is that? Oh, that's the heathens, man. It's all the nations. It says, "I will make my arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy." It says, "Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people."
There you go. So salvation for Israel. And as Isaiah 34 and 2 said, the rest of the nations are going to be fucked up. And Edom, you're going to get it the worst. You're gonna get it the fucking worst. This whole land is going to be wiped out. The Edomites, the elite of that high, is going to get slavery and then eventually burned off right after. Like I said, they should say, "Where is he?" All right, you're done. Esau ain't dead yet. Don't worry about it. Your time is coming soon. And it ain't happened, man. You can get back to Isaiah 34. Read that over.
Hey, I was gonna say, Matt, read Deuteronomy 32 and verse 22.
This is Deuteronomy 32 and verse 22.
And shit, 23.
It says, "For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn until the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. I will heap mischiefs upon them. I will spin my arrows upon them."
Y'all ass good, boy.
No, yeah. And y'all gonna be really cooked physically soon too, man. Right now, it's the spiritual fire. Y'all gonna get them arrows, man.
Good, right?
I got a precept real quick and go right back to that Isaiah, man. It's Acts 2 in 18. "And on my servants and on my handmaidens, I will pardon those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy." All right, and that's us waking back up again. All right, it's like it really. It's part of us being waking back up again, according to Revelation 11. But it's the Lord putting that spirit of dreams out on our people, man. All right, to see all this the destruction to come. Verse 19, what's the destruction? "And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath." All right, and those signs in the heavens is what? Your solar eclipse. All right, your red moons. Okay, The signs in the earth is what? What did he say in Matthew 24? All right, there should be uproars of the people, wars and rumors of wars. All that leads up to what? That great judgment day, man. All right? Blood and fire and vapor and smoke, which is your ending, man. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before that great and notable day of the Lord to come.
Hey, I got something real quick.
Before the great notable day of the Lord come.
Hey, this is 2nd Ezra 9 and verse 5. It says, going back to the signs that the brother was saying, the 2nd Ezra 9 and 5, it says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even verse 6, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs.
Right. That's right. So that's the time we in, man. We had our solar eclipse. All right. You can check on YouTube. All these people having dreams about all the great destruction. All right. Of fire. Everybody knows it's supposed to end with fire this time. All right. And then you cast out the Isaiah 34 and 5. Just said what? Edom's going to be the one that received that fire.
And he put his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. All right.
Dumb.
Go ahead, Isaiah.
Isaiah 34, back in verse 8, verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaking with blood.
Like that accident, man, that blood, man, that smoke is going to be there, man. It's going to be great death. This is all happening at the Lord's return. Go ahead.
And their dust made fat with fatness, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the gift of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Yeah, and there you go. This is because what you did to Zion, man. Israel. Read Isaiah 63. Start at 1.
This is Isaiah 63 verse 1. Who is this that coming from Edom, that dyed garment from Bozrah? This that is glorious in apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength.
Right. This is going into the same prophecy as Isaiah 34. Our Lord destroying Bozrah and Edom. Go ahead.
In the greatness of his strength, I that spake in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garment like him that tradeth in the wine fat?
Hey, Salakia, and he said mighty to save. So how is Esau being saved? Who is being saved, man? If the whole chapter talking about destroying Esau. That shit bugged out.
Won't tell us.
Go ahead,
That's like Isaiah 58.
That's madness, man.
I'm gonna kill. I mean,
Let the
Psalm
brother finish.
58.
Go ahead and finish that. Isaiah.
I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me.
Right, and guess what? This is Revelation 14:20. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress even to the horse's bridle by the space of 1,600 furlongs. All right, so this prophecy didn't get fulfilled because it's recorded in Revelation, all right, to happen in the future. At the great day of the Lord, man, at the end. Go ahead. So this ain't happened yet, man.
For I will treat them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon thy garments, and I will stain all my raiment.
Right, and that's in Revelation as well. He said he had his vesture.
This is Revelation 19. I started 12. It says his eyes were as a flame of fire, matching Revelation 1, right? And on his head were many crowns. I mean, taking down, you can read Daniel 7 for that. It says, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh.
What verse you stopped at?
13.
Keep going.
Verse 14, it says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power.
There you go. So here you go again. It's being repeated, precept upon precept. All right? So this ain't happened yet, because it's mentioned here again in Revelation. This is talking about the end time. Back to Isaiah 63. Verse 4.
Verse 4. For the day of my vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come.
There you go, man. Which let you know that this ain't happened yet. This is at the end of the world, man. When the elect get saved, all right, and the rest of the nations, as Isaiah 34:2 said, all the nations get destroyed, as Revelation 19 said, to smite all the nations, man, to tread upon them. This all happens at once, as the statue in Daniel the 2nd chapter. Yes, I'm good.
Because it says the year of my redeemed has come. Who was that redeemed? This is Galatians 4. I'm gonna start at 4. It says, but when the fullness of the time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law, which let you know it was wasn't no immaculate conception. Verse 5 though.
No, man.
It says to redeem. That word redeem, the year of the Lord was redeemed. To redeem who? To redeem them. To redeem them that were under the law, that we might receive the adoption of sons, man. Right. You know? So that's the year of the redeemed. Salvation is only for Israel, man.
The ones who are under the law, man.
Get that Isaiah 61. You start at 1.
This is Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me with good tidings.
Good tidings means gospel.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Unto the meek he hath sent me, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
Hold on, real quick. Let's see who these prisoners are. Lamentation, these captives, people in slavery. Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So us getting redeemed, like it's said in Isaiah 61, like Isaiah 63 said, all right, to redeem comes when he brings vengeance upon Edom. Which the great,
like Ricky, man.
Right, which the great day of the Lord, man. That's the judgment day. Israel getting redeemed, all right, and Edom and the rest of the nations getting judged. You can go back to Isaiah 61.
Yeah, I hit you with this real fast. It's Isaiah 52:1. It says, awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem. Hey, awake out of that dust, right? The holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion.
There you go.
It says, for thus saith.
Who we getting loose from?
That's right.
Edom, as we just read. As we proved earlier that Edom is Babylon, and it's further proves it. Because Edom be the last captive, which Revelation says is called Babylon, Mystery Babylon. Right? All right, why is it the mystery? Because it ain't just what you think. It ain't Babylon, it's Edom.
Yeah, I got something for you real quick. Yeah, this is Luke 21:24 from the mouth of the Lord. Him himself telling you who the captives. And this did happen in 70 AD. And it happened again. This is Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Yeah, that's this time, man.
That's right, man.
Esau is the end of the Gentiles' time, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, man.
Right.
Esau is the end of that.
Which goes to the statute of Daniel, man.
That's right.
All right, which goes to really all the prophets of the kingdoms of Daniel, man. All right, because what happened? Israel will be in all the different nations, in captivity, trodden down, until that stone, which represented what? Yahweh Shai, come and redeem us.
That's right.
And the last of the statue will be what? Edom, which we gonna get, man.
Yep. I'm gonna hop back to this Isaiah 52, verse 3 now. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money. The year of the Lord redeemed. For thus saith the Lord, power says, my people went down aforetime into Egypt to sojourn there, and the Assyrian oppressed them without cause." But it's talking about Esau, man. That's who we getting saved from.
That's right.
You know.
I got a precept real quick. It's Isaiah. This Psalms 58, and I'm gonna just start at 1 to prove what the chapter's talking about. It say, "Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do you judge aright, O ye son of man? Ye in your heart you work wickedness, you weigh the violence of your hands in the earth." Who is doing that, man? Let's time out the Edomites, man. When you jump down, the verse 7, it say, "Let them melt away as the water would run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut into pieces. As the snail would melt it, let every one of them pass away. Like the eternally birth of a woman, that they might not see the sun."
And you're gonna have a slow, painful death.
Right.
You're gonna, as a snail dies slowly, will be hydrating when you put salt on it, feeling all this moisture is drawn out of his body. That's the death you're gonna experience, man. Go ahead.
It say, "Before your pots come fill the thorns, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living in his wrath. The righteous shall rejoice when he see the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked." Man. It say, Salakia. It say, "So that a man shall see verily that is a reward for the righteous. Verily is the power that judge in the earth, man." And hey, and that's what we waiting, man. The day of our Lord, man.
That's right.
To get out this hellhole, man. To be redeemed, man.
And not only that, because it said what? We're waiting for that destruction for them too.
That's right.
Rarely is a reward for us that wait. That we get saved and you get destroyed.
Right.
You get destroyed. Edom getting destroyed is a big part of the salvation. All right? Esau, Edom, hey, that's what your title is, man. Esau, Edom is a big part of salvation. All right?
I got you right here. Quick precept real fast.
Clickbait, no.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 18:7. It says, "So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies."
That's right. Hey, hell, Habakkuk.
I was just getting there. Damn, I was just going there. This is Habakkuk.
Habakkuk, I said that. No, stop.
Now you fuck him up. He's like, what?
This is Habakkuk 3. I'm gonna start at 1. It says a prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Siganoth. "O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy," man. Hey, because it's gonna be the wrath that's coming, man. Daniel the 12th chapter, it says it's gonna be a time like none other time upon this planet, man.
Ezra said, "Who's gonna save me in those days?"
That's right.
It's gonna be crazy out here. Right.
It says, verse 3, it says the Most High, but this is Yahweh Shai, because in Isaiah 63, you know, this matchup, Habakkuk is seeing the same vision as Isaiah.
Well, Yahweh Shai comes to the name of his father.
That's right.
So Yahweh Shai is doing it, like you said, throughout the whole gospel. It's not me that doing this works, it's my father.
That's
so
right.
when he come put his foot up your ass, proverbial foot. Hey, that's the Heavenly Father, proverbial foot up your ass.
That's right. That's
No,
right.
He said in Revelation 2:26, when he talked about us bashing them in the pieces of the pot of vessel, he said, "Even as I have received of my father."
That's right.
It's the Father.
That's right. That's right. It says my Father's a pleasure to give you the kingdom.
Come on, man.
It says the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise.
Wait, Teman, that's Edom.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, when did the whole earth see this? Why
Why
did the whole earth? Wait, why is it still Muslims? All right, why is it still Hare Krishnas? Why is it still motherfuckers doing that Bollywood shit, that Shiva dance shit, man?
Yep.
All right, because that ain't happened yet. So that means Teman ain't got destroyed yet, which means Edom ain't got destroyed yet, man.
Hey, and it says his glory covered the heavens. The glory of the Lord is those chariots.
That's
in
right.
Revelation 1, it says what? Every eye shall see him.
That's
man.
all I've been thinking about for the last 2 minutes.
So according to EJ Love,
God knows.
according to EJ Love,
Damn.
hey, this already happened in 70 AD. The chariots already came. Everybody that's seen the return of our Messiah, whose name is Yahweh Shai, but you know they call JC. You know,
Sweet Jesus. He said every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess.
hey, that happened in 70 AD, brother.
That's
Man,
right.
this dude out of his fucking mind, man.
Y'all bugged up.
This is verse 4. It says, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out his hand, and there was a hiding of his power. You can read that in 2 Ezra 13
That's
chapter,
right.
man.
That fire and brimstone, the same type of blast that fucked Sodom and Gomorrah up, man. All right.
That's right. Which is supposed to be example to you heathens in America. But just like we read earlier, Deuteronomy 32, but one point we didn't read was he said that vine is the vine of Sodom, man.
That's right.
You are the children of Sodom, man. That's why in Revelation, that's why in Revelation 11 and 8, no, they spiritually call Sodom and Egypt. And he showed Moses even knew that, man.
And that's what it says that Peter and Jude, they should follow the same, get the same example of destruction that Sodom got.
That's right.
Fire and brimstone, which the Lord has gave you, Esau, the power to bottle fire and brimstone in a weapon. All right, your gall, that brimstone, man, that's gonna fuck you up, man. Your own shit.
Like it says, the viper's tongue, they'll slay him.
Yeah.
You know, hey, that's Esau. He's spitting on himself, man. You know, those missiles, he destroying himself. This is verse 5. It says, hey, and Yahweh Shah.
Is poisonous. They're gone, man.
Hey, and Yahweh Shah coming in those chariots, man. You know, zapping their ass. It says, verse 5, before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. He stood and measured the earth.
Right, so it's like it, because it said what in Isaiah 13? He's coming, the chariots, and also the nukes. So that is it's basically simultaneously, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that fire come before him, man. All right, not to mention the plagues and pestilence that come before he gets here.
Right.
All right. But
That's
the
right.
actual them nukes come as he's coming, man. It's like it's leading the way. That's part of his entourage. And the nuclear missiles like part of his entourage. It's coming right before the chariots, man.
Yeah, bro. It's that drum roll, bro. It's that theme music, man. That's why he said he gonna cover the sound of a trump, man. When he said the sound of the trump, this is like the Lord's theme music, man. This dramatic climax. This shit gonna be a big deal, man. I'm serious, shit. They told you in Deuteronomy, not Deuteronomy, Exodus, when he gave the commandments, they didn't even want to look at the Lord, man. It was so
That was for peace.
Right, and it was so dramatic. And he was giving them the covenant, the land, the promises, the commandments, shit, and that was dramatic.
So imagine this destruction, man. Look, this is gonna be the scariest shit you ever seen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, leading up all the way to and through the nuclear destruction, man.
It says, verse 6, he stood and measured the earth. He held and drove asunder the nations, and the everlasting mountains were scattered, and the perpetual hills did bow.
And there you go. It say it mentioned Edom, T-Man up top, but then it does what again? It mentioned the rest of the nations.
It got to.
Because it all happens at once, man.
Hey, I believe it says, I wounded the head of the wicked. You know, the head is what? Esau, Edom, man. You know? You take that and then hey, that's through, right?
Going back to the statue of Daniel.
It says
it said the stone came hit the foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the statue failed. Yeah.
It says his ways are everlasting. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble. Was Yahweh displeased against the rivers? Was thy anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thy horses in thy chariots of salvation. You see? So the Lord coming with those chariots, man. Hey, mighty to save. Hey, and also that destruction coming too, man.
Right.
You know, it says, was thy anger against the rivers, like Murph said earlier. Hey, it ain't no more Lake Erie.
Right. No
Lake,
more the
Lake, you know.
states where the Great Lakes.
They call what they call
Great Michigan Lake.
right. What they call Utah, the city, the state of lakes or some shit, man. All that shit gonna be dried up, man.
Right.
Hey,
The Salt Lake City, that's what they call that shit. Yeah, Salt Lake City.
It's gonna be a Salt Lake, all right, man.
It's gonna look like an armpit, bro. A musty ass armpit.
Hey, Bible shop, can I pre-sell through real quick?
Yeah, bro.
And this Isaiah 66 and 15. This how the Lord is coming.
Damn, I was gonna bring that to go ahead, bro.
For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire, man.
That's right. Man, as we read, T-Man, Edom, and the rest of the nations, all gonna see this and deal with this, man.
They
If you saying that Edom was destroyed in 70 AD, you said that our Lord has already come back in 70 AD, all right? Destroyed the fucking nations, and all these false gods that they worship is okay. That's all part of the Lord, is what you're saying there.
Yeah, he said on the comment board, we worship a false god.
Well, according to you, because Edom was destroyed, whatever we worship is fine, because the Lord came back in it. Whatever we proclaim, it got to be true.
Yeah.
So you wrong, man. On every level, your doctrine don't fit. That's the point. Go ahead. You got more, Matt? You was done?
Yeah, you go back there.
Go back to Isaiah 61. Start at 1 over.
Verse 1.
Call it up.
Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Verse 2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, in the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Ooh, read that. Read verse 2 over. That's the point I want right there. Read
Isaiah
verse 2 over.
61:2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and that the day of vengeance.
Vengeance.
Huh?
No, I was just saying vengeance.
What? You read it over. Isaiah 61:2. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Right, the acceptable year of the Lord, man. The day of vengeance. All right, the day that the captives are going to be released, redeemed. All right, and the day that Edom is going to be destroyed, as Lamentations 4 plainly said, as all the scriptures have plainly said. The day of the Lord is that day, man.
Yeah.
Great destruction to come upon all the heathens, especially Edom. They're going to get it the worst, and the salvation to the Israelites.
I tell you to say, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
That's right.
Hey, when you get trashed, man, we gonna see our treasure.
That's right. Because guess what? Your treasure was our trash, man.
That's right. This filth, seeing a homosexual, seeing Negroes celebrate adultery, and Christmas, and all this madness. This is trash, man. But it's your treasure. You love to have the Negroes in the low state on some weak ass vibration, man, pumping out your philosophies and your white God and all the madness that comes behind it, man. You know, this is your treasure, man. But to us, like, man, this shit is trash, man. Hey, but you know what they say, man. Even the garbage can get a steak, nigga. You got your turn. Now it's over with.
This is Zephaniah 3:8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, man. You know, so hey, that's a prophecy that's happening right now, man. These nations are gathering in the Middle East, according to this Joel 3:1. It says, for behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity, the captive daughter of Zion, those that are redeemed, right?
Right. In those days. What days? The last days.
These days, man. Hey, because in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, the brother, hey, we got to get that. You know, Spirit keep having us mention Daniel, the 2nd chapter. You know, because it speaks about in the day of those tolls, man, which is today, the NATO and the EU. In the day of those tolls, that the Lord would set him up a kingdom, man. So we building our kingdom right now in the midst of your shit, nigga. Scriptures tell us to prepare the ambushes, man, in Jeremiah. You know, it says, but all this. When did this happen? In 70 AD? You know, right. When the salvation came, chariots came, man. What they would call what Esau calls UFOs, man.
Right, the northern kingdom, according to the scriptures, the northern and the southern kingdom had to be together. The northern kingdom, for that part, was on this side of the world in 70 AD.
That's right.
What the hell are you?
That's right.
Esau don't make no goddamn sense, man, with this madness. Right.
It says, I will shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and bring again is the Hebrew word Sharab, which he's bringing us out, man. Sorry. Turn around, you know.
They tell you that in the book of Isaiah. When he used that word Sharab, when it said a remnant shall return.
It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there. The word plead is the Hebrew word shapat, which means judge. Right. Isaiah 66, we read what? The Lord shall plead with all flesh. That word is judge, man. He shall come with a fury like a whirlwind. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
And Slaki, as you read in Isaiah, it said for the great controversy, that's what they did against Zion.
That's right.
So it's the same thing. He's going to bring you down to plead for Israel, man. All right, and plead with what? Fire, as the brother read, man. Like
It says, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. They have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And if brothers haven't watched Goodbye Uncle Tom, man, that's a good video to show you, man.
Yeah, it's an appreciable vexation.
You know?
Man, you gotta get pissed off, man. You gotta watch some shows there, man. Them slave movies to get riled up, man.
Yeah, hey, watch Goodbye Uncle Tom, man. It says, verse 4, it says, yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head?
Right.
You know?
So ain't nothing you can pay the Lord back to take away from what you give his people. Just like it says in the book of Numbers, man. That you gotta get bloodshed, man. You gotta get bloodshed, man. Your mouth to wrote a check that your ass couldn't cash, man.
It's on a few. Are you done with that, man?
See, I ain't holding the scriptures, man. You know he ain't done, bro.
Bible shot real quick. Let me get that real quick. Swift.
You a big chick beard,
he got that laugh. That motherfucker was swift, boy. Swift. That motherfucker Crayola ass beard, man.
Jeremiah 46.
I even hear the shorty, they had that little shit light bright. You put the little lights to make anything. Oh, the little boy nigga got a light bright beard.
Yeah, it's lucky, man. Inside, man.
It's an inside joke, man.
Want to be reject the Israelite, man, with a drawn on beard.
Niggas in garments, like that TV, that movie, Niggas with Hats. Them niggas in garments.
Niggas in garments with lineups and drawn on beards, man.
Right.
Makeup.
Hey, all these precepts about the day of the Lord, going into the Lord, coming to destroy Edom and deliver us. What the fuck do you mean you're not supposed to get on Edom, man, for the record? Because these fake Christians are the only ones that scoff about getting on Edom. You got niggas that preach around the corner from us and talk about that. No, you don't. What about the black lady?
No, he said it's more important things. Or what did he say? Something more important things.
What's
more prevalent or some shit.
Hey, but guess what? You cut. Isaiah 61 says to what? To bring the good tidings, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the vengeance, man. So we got to go into the vengeance upon Edom. As we got to go into our salvation. They go hand in hand.
Yeah, you can't have one without the other.
You was cut before we even thought about you, man. Lord already terminated your ass, man. Sent from the future to the past, man.
Dualism, the future.
Right. Scholarship.
This nigga, man.
Scholars.
That's a wild nigga, man.
Hey, this Jeremiah 46 and verse 10. They say, for this is the day of the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, a day of vengeance, that he might avenge him his adversaries and the sword shall devour, and they shall be satisfied and made drunken with their blood. For the Lord of hosts, Lord, the Lord of Yahweh, by Hashem Abishai of hosts, have a sacrifice in the north country by the river of Euphrates. That's plain.
Right, he's the Lord of hosts because he's the Lord of the armies, man.
He's the king.
Hey, let me back you up real quick, man. This First Thessalonians 5:1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh so cometh as a thief in the night, the day of the Lord, right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with the child, and they shall not escape. Now I'm going to skip down to verse 8, man. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and great and love, and for a helmet, the hope of salvation. All right? So the salvation is what? Us hoping to be those men counted worthy to be redeemed from this great destruction. Mm-hmm. Be those men that's redeemed, as it said in Isaiah, and not those that receive the vengeance. Because verse 9 says what? For the Most High have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So the great day of vengeance is in my heart, man, and the year of my redeemed. So that's the salvation for elect and the destruction of Esau, Edom, and the rest of the fucking nations.
Hey, you just,
when I say Esau, Edom, I include you fucking 2/3 niggas.
Yep.
Especially those that teach the truth, that teach Israelites, but teach bullshit, man.
They're circumcision.
I do me Hamites.
Kind of, do me Hamites. But you're wickedness.
Hey, but if I'm not mistaken, you quoted and you said, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance." You know, that's a part of the redeemed, man. That's a part of the redemption. You know, it's revenge upon the enemies. This is Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. In the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we actually telling them to his face, man. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, the righteous shall stand in great boldness against the face of such as inflicted them.
That's right.
So we ain't supposed to be getting no Esau. So who you standing in boldness against, man?
Right, and even for you Edomites, man, who y'all standing in boldness against, man?
Hey, these fake ass cracker Christians come up and stand in boldness against us so they get cut. The thing is this: we never ruled over you and never did no accounts for your labors, man.
Yep.
And really, y'all come against us like the very wicked came against Yahweh Shai.
To catch yourself in our speech.
Right, and also that's prophecy. See, the thing is, you can't do nothing against the truth but for it, man.
Yep.
You coming against us, and you all on our videos, like I said, man, we should be brought before the kings and princes, man. That's what's happening. Because you're the prince of this world, man. You Edom. This is your shit. You actually fulfilling prophecy for us, man. Thank you. Now we know the end is that much more closer.
Coming to the gates of the nobles, man.
Hey, and the more they come against us, man, the more people is waking up.
Yeah, and you got simple Negroes in their congregations that's getting marked, man. They be like, who's our pastor?
Hey, and for the record, man, make sure I say this. Just because you're right. A lot of these people from these different congregations do watch. So just for the record, man, just because you look like an Edomite, a cracker, or a Chinese person, don't make you a Moabite or Edomite. If you can receive these words that we teach, all right, as we teach it, this truth, then you are actually an Israelite. If you can believe this thing, all right, call on the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, who Yahweh is the Father, Yahweh Shai is the Son, all right, having that faith and works, then you're actually an Israelite, no matter how you look.
Yep. Hey, because Yahweh Shai said in John 10, my sheep hear my voice, and they know me. A stranger will they not follow, right? Now, when Yahweh Shai disguised himself when he resurrected, he was talking with those two, I forgot it was 2 disciples, I forgot which one. But it said, did not your heart burn when he spoke? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Romans 8:16, man. You know, so just backing up the brother, man. No matter what you look like, man, you know.
Right.
These is the words. Hey, this the word. It's the truth.
A Jew ignorantly, man.
That's that's what the scripture referred to as confusion of faces for the first time watching. First time watchers, we said Daniel 9:7.
That's right.
And Ezra 9:7.
That's right. That's right.
Twin scriptures, man.
It's one in Baruch too. Jesus speaks about the confusion of faces belong to us, man. Same thing.
That's right. Right. Because we be scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth,
Part
man.
of our punishment.
That's right.
And we had seed. Did not he say Abraham's seed will be in the sand of the sea? We scattered all over in the multitude. So when you read about that great multitude in the book of Revelation, the 7th chapter, it's speaking about people who look like the other nations and kindreds and tongues, but they are Israelites.
That's right. That's right. The same people that Ezra prophesied about in 2nd Ezra 2nd chapter, man.
Yeah.
That stood so stiffly for the name.
For the name.
That's right.
You know? It's this is 2nd Ezra 6. And when you start at the top, man, it goes into how the Lord said before anything, he before he made anything, he thought about everything, right? So I'm gonna get straight to the point, verse 7.
That's so cold, man.
Yeah, man.
They go back to that Isaiah. I'm gonna tell, and then when he say I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do it. What it say? Let's you say your idol have done it.
Right. Yeah,
it's the same thing, man.
Yep.
He's a little bit raw as hell, man.
But I'm gonna just start at 1. You know, 2nd Ezra 6:1. It says, and he said unto me in the beginning, when the earth was made, before the borders of the world stood, or ever the winds blew, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundations of paradise were laid, before the flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established, before the innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament were named, or ever the chimneys in Zion were hot, and the present years were sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned, before they were sealed that have gathered faith for a treasure, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Right? So he spoke about the end. Verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? What shall be the end of the times, man? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man.
That shit just said chill up my body, boy.
So Edom has to be here for this future judgment, man. You know, he's partaking in this. This is 2nd Ezra 15:20. It says, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. Done to who? It says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord power, man. You know, that controversy of Zion the brother spoke about. The Lord is bringing this judgment, man.
Right.
You brothers hold anything, or should I go back to Joel?
I got something. Who's over some? Daniel.
No, that's the thing.
All right, I got something. Basically,
this the long sit down night, so it's all allowed.
This the long sit down night.
Let's flow how the spirit flows.
This is Ezekiel 25 and 12. It said, thus said the Lord Yahweh, because Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended. And revenge him. 12.
Hey, right, because it says he had a perpetual hatred. At the time, our iniquity had an end. Right. You know.
I think that's the 35th chapter.
Yeah. You
35 and 4. I'm in 25. But that's 35 and I think 4.
And then it says, I believe it's Zephaniah, might be Zechariah. The Lord said, I was a little angry with you, but they helped forward the affliction, man.
Right. They let us go. Hell, it's dead. And where's that at history? When the time they didn't had it in, but they refused to let them go. All right, when did that happen? Abraham Lincoln did what? The Proclamation of Emancipation, man. And what does emancipate mean? To transfer ownership.
That's
so
right.
we went from private slaves to corporate slaves, man. Gave us the idea of freedom. But really, niggas was secretly slaves, man.
Right, a false sense of hope in society.
Yeah, and right after that happened, man, in Satchers, Mississippi, I think they call it the Punch Bowl. That happened after the proclamation. You know?
Right, way more lynchings and burnings and all type of bugged out immaterial shit happened post-slavery.
And
Right.
they say the people don't eat,
post so-called slavery.
they say the people don't eat the peaches on them trees because they know what the fertilizer is from. You know? They had a FEMA camp there pretty much. Not a FEMA camp, but an internment camp, you know what I'm saying? You know, and they starved the women and children. They put the niggas back into slavery, man. Had them working and shit. They said they'd rather go back to the plantation than to be in that place. You know?
Hey, you white people got hell to pay for,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
This is verse 12 over. And then I'm going to go to that 35th chapter because we mentioned it. This is Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended.
Greatly.
And revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I will stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it. And I will also make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Now wait a minute. In 70 AD, the children of Israel, for one, it was just Judah, the nation of Judah, which Judah, Benjamin, Levi over there, were fleeing. We was getting fucked up.
Right.
Most of Israel was getting fucked up in 70 AD. We had to flee.
Yep.
We would all die, man. Left us a remnant, man. So how did they get destroyed in 70 AD when it says their destruction shall come by the hands of Israel?
God damn.
How did that happen? We was getting fucked up.
That's right.
You guys are full of shit.
In lies and hypocrisy and witchcraft. There ain't no work on our elect. How about you? How will we beat our elect?
That's right.
This is Ezekiel 25 and 14. And I will lay vengeance, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. Because it ain't nothing in our heart right now that we can do, man, that matches the anger of the Lord. The Lord had to really put that spirit on us, man, to really get you doubles. Just like he put the spirit on y'all to get us, man.
That's right.
All right, this is because we went off. All right, this is Ezekiel 35 in verse 5. It says, because thou hast had perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord Yahweh, I will prepare thee to unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that pursueth it, Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So it ain't gonna be nothing left for you Edomites, man. And the Lord said that, man. He didn't say that in vain. He didn't say that. He ain't like a nigga rapping a mixtape. He's just gonna put something down because it sounds cool. And I got one more. This is Obadiah 1 and 20.
Sorry, man.
Okay, this is Obadiah 1 and verse 15. It said, right, exactly. This is Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen.
Now Obadiah is going to the destruction of Edom. Right.
That nigga look like, hey, EJ look like Ricky running down the alley. He ain't had no chance, bro. All right.
Dropped his milk.
All type of shit happened, boy. Motherfucker.
That Esau stay drinking milk, man. A warm cup of milk before bed. His ass running, bro.
Santa come and give us some milk. This is Obadiah 1 and 15. For the day of Yahweh is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Like we read in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, the 21st verse.
That's right. Get that cup of destruction.
That's right.
And then slavery.
That's
That's
right.
the cup we drink.
That's right. Every day, brother.
Oh,
All right, verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
All the heathen.
Y'all ain't gonna never think y'all had us in slavery in Jerusalem. Y'all ain't. Hey, that's why it says in the Apocrypha in the Sirach, man, 1 minute of affliction, man. Paraphrasing, will make you forget about all that pleasure, man.
That's right.
All right.
But look, but look at the theme of it, man. It's the same thing. The destruction upon the Edom comes with destruction upon all the heathen. Edom is going to get the worst.
It's common. Hey, just like the rulership, they got it the best.
That's right.
But all the heathens ruling over us, but Esau ruling over all of us. Shit, including other heathens.
That's right.
All right. This is Song of Salaki. I was thinking about Psalms 83 because we were talking about the 50 heathens. This is Obadiah 1:17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
So the year of my redeemed and the year of vengeance, man, all at once. Go ahead, Slav.
No, it's all good. But upon Mount Zion, verse 17 again. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. So we taking all y'all shit, man. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh hath spoken it. And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain of the Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. Because all the Israelites, we're going to get our land back, man. Because the heathens are in our land now. All right? Ain't going to be no Arabs over there. Ain't going to be no white people. And damn sure ain't going to be no pink city, man. This is Obadiah 1:20. It said, the captivity of the host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, which is our land. All right? Which proves y'all the damn devil, man, because the scripture said bastards shall dwell in Ashdod. All right? So the people over there right now are bastards, all right? This is Obadiah 1:20. And the captivity of this host of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath, and the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Seraphat shall possess the cities of the south. And this had to happen if you said Esau done away with. This is the main point. Verse 20, Obadiah 1:21. And saviors, with an S, and saviors shall come up upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Does the Lord have a kingdom? No. The kingdom it's still wickedness going around. You still can sin. You still got a heart of stone and not a heart of flesh. All right, you still, like the brother Rataza one you said earlier, you still got all these different kind of religions. So the kingdom ain't here yet. The kingdom of heaven ain't here yet, man. But Esau, the brother Matati read it earlier in the Apocrypha, Esau the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that following. So Esau will be the last ruling kingdom on the earth before the kingdom is the Lord. So Japhet is not the white man. And you Edomites, you white people are the Edomites. And this is y'all last stop.
I got 2 precepts for you.
Oh, so.
It's Amos 9:8. It say, behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh is upon a simple kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. He said, a saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord, man.
Because he gonna deliver the elect.
Right.
You filthy niggas, you 2/3 Israel ain't even another house of Jacob. You the house of Africa bombarded, man. Esau. I got a nigga woman. I was joking at the job, right? Some niggas telling the joke, it was funny. You know, I had a nigga laugh. Jesus. Said, I hope it ain't the white dude in the church. And I just started laughing. They said, this man going to hell. That's how people think, though, man. So these people belong to Esau, man. They ain't Israelites. I said that to say that. These people ain't no Israelites, man. Who the Most High? What? They don't know who the Lord is, man. These people are Edomites and they Hamites, man.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Them the philosophies they about. They don't. That's why I said the ox north is on and the ass is not secure. But you know why? Because people like E.J. Love have been out here spewing this madness for 500 years. But they want to get mad at us for declaring the truth. Man, what the hell with y'all, man?
Right. It's
Get ready to lick some fucking boots, nigga.
That's right.
It's Jeremiah 51, and I'm gonna start at 20. Actually, I'm gonna start at 19 because 20 to 19 breakdown.
And Lord willing, I want to elect, man, because I got big ass boots for your ass.
Right. It's Jeremiah 51 and 19. They say the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. They are my battle axe and weapons of war. Then in Obadiah it say Jacob should be it say Jose. Can you get it real quick? It says verse 17 that it say Jacob. I mean
the house of Judah,
the house of Joseph. I'm telling you, saying Jacob is Joseph.
Hey, it's the same thing.
Same
one
thing.
And the same, man. The 12 tribes gonna get together and burn your ass up.
That's right.
That's the moral of the story.
That's
Keep
the
reading.
word. It say they are my battle axe, a weapon of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And when you can keep reading, but I'm gonna jump down to 24 because it give you a whole line of people who will break down. But this the whole point.
You got a line.
He got a whole line up. But this the whole point. It say verse 24, and I will render into Babylon, into all the and have the Chaldeans all the evil that they have done in Zion in the sight, said the Lord, man. Hey, don't scripture say in Revelations, he that leave in captivity shall go in captivity.
Yeah, he got
Hey,
you,
don't it say in Colossians, they have done wrong shall be will get the wrong that they have done. Well, they honestly, I'm gonna get
right,
it.
the Lord is not marked.
Hey, that's funny actually, because even if you're not the Edomites, what you fucking are, 100%, you're still going into captivity because the scripture says you're going to captivity.
Right.
You still gotta get punished for what you did to us.
So look, man,
That's
like
stupid.
AJ Love, you have no escape.
the jig is up.
It's Colossians 3 and 25. But he that does it wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons, man.
Hey, read up a little bit. Read like the what verse was that?
That was 25.
What the verse before that say 24?
It's Colossians 3.
That's Colossians?
Colossians.
All right, Colossians. Go ahead. I thought that was something else.
Come. It's Colossians 3 and 25. But he that does wrong shall receive for the wrong he hath done. And just like the brother brung out, he said, man, that Esau had a cash that his ass can't cash, man.
No, he wrote a check.
He wrote a check that his ass can't cash, man.
He's done.
Hey, he's done, man. He's the only way to get true righteous judgment on Edom is to destroy him, man. We have to put him in slavery, man. That's the whole moral of the story, man. Hey, Israel will be redeemed and will get saved. They be looking for that salvation, man.
Hey, I got something for you real quick. And this is talking about, this is Jeremiah 49. I can go up, but I'm gonna just go to 10. It says Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let their widows trust in me. It says, behold, thus saith Yahweh, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? So the Lord is asking the question here in Jeremiah. Did you go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. just like we read in Lamentations 4:21. All right. For I have sworn by myself, just like he said in Ezekiel 35. When he said, as I live, I think it said. All right, verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, said Yahweh, that Bosra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. And when you go to yeah, well really that's it, man. I ain't finna go. Hey, no matter if I'm gonna read 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation, every one that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, which proves what this place is, pursuant to Revelations 11 and 8. And the neighboring cities thereof, said Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell there.
Oh, so where's this land at? Now, that's a good question. Edom was destroyed in 70 AD. Where's this land that got hit with this fire that nobody can dwell in anymore?
Because Sodom and Gomorrah, they found that.
Mm-hmm.
So where's
burned purple?
Yeah, so where's the example of Edom?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading, man. Fuck it. Hey, the Spirits like to win. That's the name of the series. Verse 19. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the habitation of the strong, but I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Tebes.
And so, like, you go to the next chapter, the same exact thing is quoted the same way, but it says Babylon, which proves that Edom is Babylon.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, it all go back to Psalms 137. All right, and this is what we watching happening right now. This part right here says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their inhabitants desolate with them.
God.
Shit cold, man.
Hey, because you know, Esau, Edom, man, they doing all this shit against us, man. Even this thing with them trying to claim Jerusalem, because why Netanyahu keep saying, oh, Trump is fulfilling prophecy. All this is coming against us, man. All this to come against little old us, man. Some basement ass niggas.
Right, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. We chilling in the basement, shit. I mean, shit, that's what's happening. I mean, of course, we breaking the stronghold, we preaching the truth, but shit, y'all probably somewhere, y'all supposed to be in a big ass palace, having y'all way with our women while y'all still can, you know, eating y'all pork. Well, really, y'all don't want no women. Y'all want some homosexual shit, you know. But y'all on our comment board, pressed like a motherfucker, man.
Hey, you talk about a hostile state, a takeover, man.
Yeah.
If that ain't power, man, this is how we tearing down their kingdom.
Shit, we just chilling. Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Chilling.
Hey, through the spirit and power, how about Sham Yahushua, man?
Right.
Destroying this shit, man. This is Jeremiah 50, verse 33. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Right? Talking about both kingdoms, right?
That's right.
They were
going back to Ezekiel 35. They refused to let them go, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which means that it would be northern and southern kingdom together.
Yep.
It couldn't happen in 70 AD.
Yep. And Ezekiel 35 said Mount Seir, said Edom. And this is what is going to explain it. It says their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh, Lord of hosts, is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith Yahweh Basham Yahushai, upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her.
You know that's a man.
Mm-hmm. And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is a land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Come on, man. Everything is a goddamn idol here,
in
man.
the religion, yeah, Michael Jordan, Nike.
From Beyonce to motherfucking Buddhism to, you know, all kind of madness, man.
All type of is
Scientology.
Yeah,
Hollywoodism.
Yep. It says, therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein.
You just read it. Same thing, man.
Same thing, but it said Esau, Edom, man.
That's right.
You know?
From Babylon. Look, can I get the songs real quick?
Hey, and for guys, because not even these weak ass Christians, but for guys who claim to be Israelites on the street corner teaching, man. If all these prophecies about Babylon already happened, how do you explain with thee will I break in pieces kingdoms?
Oh yeah, like
because if that was ancient Babylon, we went into the Persian, that Daniel the 2nd chapter, we went right into the Persian captivity. So how do we break in pieces Babylon? How do we break in pieces kingdoms?
Right,
man?
it was just taken over by another kingdom. All right, that's it.
Shit, we got transferred ownership. We got emancipated back.
Right. We went to another kingdom, right, and went to that captivity.
Hey, the Lord said we are his battle axe and weapons of war, man. And when it's in Ezekiel 25, it says, I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, man. And in Daniel 7 and 18 says, the saints shall take the kingdom, man. So this talking about this go round, man. This talking about the kind. It's talking about the coming of our Messiah, man.
Hey, real quick, man. This is Psalms 137 and 7. It said, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yeah, man. Bro, these are like it says in Amos 1 and 11, man.
Yep.
You know, matter of fact,
they forgot the brotherly covenant, man. This is verse 8. It said, O daughter, it was straight from Edom, just like in that Jeremiah. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, not Babylon. It said the daughter of Babylon, just like in Revelation, it says mystery Babylon. Right, verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee, as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
That's right. That's right.
That ain't happened yet, man.
Yes, it will happen.
Oh, most definitely.
You know, that's a future prophecy, man.
Movie, most definitely.
This is Amos 1 and 11, right? It says, thus saith Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. So it said that the children of Edom said, raise it, even to the foundation.
Right,
man.
like erase it.
Hey, these whole ass niggas destroyed our the first temple Solomon built. These bitch ass niggas destroyed the second temple. Zerubbabel laid the foundation. And then, now they trying to just these some whole ass niggas, man.
Right, you had Antiochus. Who was that? Antiochus, who went to defile the temple.
Yeah, time of the Maccabees.
Right. Look, man, this white people ain't got away with nothing, man.
Then you gonna pay for all that, man.
That's right.
Oh, Amos.
And ultimately, you destroyed the people, which is the temple of the Lord, man. You destroyed the elect. You put your hands on the apple of the Lord's eye, man.
You got the date too.
You white people ain't got nothing good coming for you. Get ready for them chains on your back, man.
That's right.
Your ass, man.
Yep.
I might put your ass in the motherfucking headlock. Who knows? Yeah, I do think I will, man. Lord, give us the man. Motherfucker coming out like 31. Scott Steiner, man, with the thing on his head, man, like Big Papa Puff. Put your ass in the headlock, man. Motherfucker eyeballs popped out. Now you're in the field trying to grope around and shit. Look dig and shit to have your fucking eyeball out. And this shit gonna be gruesome, man. Y'all got the Daniel?
This is Daniel.
Speak up a little bit for the thing.
This is Daniel 2:31. Thou, O King, sawest, and behold, a great image, this great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and form thereof was terrible. This image's head was on fine, behold, his breast and his arm of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
That's right.
Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without snake's hands, which smote the image upon his feet.
EJ, don't even try to break this down.
That were of iron and clay and break them of pieces. Then was the iron that clay and brass, the silver and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them, that and the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
Right. So this is Nebuchadnezzar's dream that Daniel was interpreting, man. So Nebuchadnezzar had a dream of a big ass statue with a golden head, you know, with a silver chest, with a brass midsection, iron legs, and clay and iron feet. He seen the stone come out and smoke the feet and knock the whole thing down. You know, so now this is the interpretation of what was said, what Nebuchadnezzar seen. Go ahead, brother.
All right.
Verse 38. Whosoever the children of men dwell the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold.
Right. So the Babylonian Empire is that head of gold.
That's
you know.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
39.
And in Daniel 7, it speaks about the lion with eagle wings, man. You know, because that first rule of the Gentiles, man, was what? The Assyrian Babylonian Empire. You know, the northern kingdom got taken away by Assyria, and then Babylon came and got us. You know.
Yeah, that's a
Mm-hmm. Because the statue was going into the time of the Gentiles that we read earlier in the Luke.
That's right.
But go ahead, brother.
None of the heathens got destroyed.
Yeah.
The kingdoms got transferred.
Yep.
All right. They lost their power, but they still had a break in these other kingdoms, man.
That's right.
And that's just what it is, man. Just like today, these heathens still got power. They still get rich. Look at the Arabians. Look at China. Look at all these fucking heathen countries.
One of the
Man.
curses.
That's right.
The stranger that is among you shall be higher and higher. Nobody was over here, longer than Gad and Judah. Gad and Judah been over here longer than all these damn heathens. But hey, we the first to get. We might get hired, but it's damn sure we the first to get fired. Gad, Judah, and Issachar,
Go ahead.
Verse 39. And after these shall rise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear.
Which is lesser, man. You know, hey, this kingdom ain't shit compared to what Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, man. That was the head of gold. You know?
At least you knew the difference between pork and beef.
But I think he had something called the Hanging Gardens. You know what I'm saying? Like they said Babylon was luscious, man. That shit was cold, you know?
Yeah,
and our kingdom.
No, I was just gonna say that's why all the nations wanted to gather to it. And that even though it was a wicked rulership, man, at least you knew whether you was having sex with a damn man or a woman, man. At least you didn't have to have protected sex in that kingdom, man. This kingdom is the worst worst ever kingdom, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and as
339 again.
Verse 39. And after thee shall rise another kingdom, inferior to thee is another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule of all the earth.
Hey, and that's it says the one of brass, you know. So it said it would be another one inferior. That was the silver. That was the Medo-Persian Empire. And then it said the third.
Because this is just in order. You know, you can just go start at Babylon and come down in order.
Yep.
All right. And here you can read the other dream of the, like you said, the eagle, the lion with the eagle's wings. Come down the order, and you get to the goat. It tells you that's priest.
Yeah.
So it's easy to get to this part, man. It's like it, man.
You know, it's all good. It says in the third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. And that brass is what? The Greek Empire. And that's First Maccabees, the first chapter. That's when evils was multiplied. Job 9 and 24. You know?
Right. You Edomites made it worse and worse. Worse and worse than worse.
And Malachi is the other one and 4.
You know, because Greece, Alexander expanded the Persian Empire further east, man. You know?
Oh yeah, they showed you that on the movie. And when he did it, he had sex with a little boy, the Persian.
Yeah.
He went in the room.
Yeah.
He got this big ass bowl when they went over there to India.
Yeah, he was a fag.
Yeah, he had this big ass bowl and he put it on. The boy walked in the room and he covered the light. Man, this dude's a damn creep, man.
Hey, but he bear rule over the whole known earth during that time. You know? And that's so many other scriptures. That's Zechariah with the red horses, Revelation 6 and 4, great sword. You know?
Yeah,
Esau Edom, he has to be still here, man.
To give what, death? I think it says.
Right.
Yeah, take away peace from earth.
Mhm.
Yeah, Con, that's the one.
Go ahead, bro.
And there's nobody but a so-called white man, man.
Yeah.
EJ Love, stay away from this Bible, man.
Hey, and Esau already classified Alexander the Creep as a Caucasian, so we know he's an Edomite, and his lineage can be traced back to the scriptures, man. He's an Amalekite at that, you know. But go ahead, bro.
40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for so much as iron breaketh in pieces, subdueth all things, and iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise.
And that's what? The Roman kingdom, man.
The shadow of Rome is vast.
Yeah. And Esau already admitted that the Romans were fucking Edomites, man. They're Caucasian race as well. Civilization started with what? The Greeks and the Romans, according to them. Yes, because that's they. Because that's they.
It was the beginning of their civilization.
Yeah. You know, that was the start of them ruling the world, man. That's the start of them being on top.
Yep.
That's the start of him having what he wanted, what he coveted it in the garden, which had us in the thing in the first place, man. Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter says, through envy of the devil, man. The serpent Esau Edom, when he was melanated back in the garden, man, he was jealous of the status that Adam was in, man. He was jealous that Adam was made the ruler of all these things, man. The same way that Esau is jealous today. You know?
Because it was never meant for him to have a covenant.
That's right.
Is the birthright. It all goes back to the birthright. It was always meant for Jacob, the righteous seed, to happen.
Yep. And when you read this book right here, it's about William Beeston, the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomites.
Hey, let me see that book right there.
You see?
Right quick.
So Esau had already told on himself, man, according to the Psalms, his tongue shall fall upon itself, man. You know? And what did they say? You want to hide anything from a nigga? Put it in the book. Guess what? Niggas started reading, bro.
Nigga.
He fucked up.
Don't read.
You got all these old ass books, man. You know, telling on themselves, man.
Hey, Apostle Edgar Gabar said a long time ago, man. You see these big ass books?
No, serious.
You know we gotta be serious. fuck?
Say while the brother flipping through there, keep going, brother.
Verse 40. And verse 41. Whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and the part of iron.
Right. Now, part was clay, part was iron, man. Part was strong, part was weak. But it is going to explain. Go ahead, brother.
And picture that, man. The iron from the legs is down to the toes now, man. So what is that called? It's still part of. It still comes from the third kingdom, the fourth kingdom. All right. The feet is still part of the power from the fourth kingdom.
Yeah,
man.
the iron.
That's right. Which is what, man? America being the reincarnate of Rome.
Yep. That deadly wound being healed. You know? That head in Revelation, man.
That's right. And everybody knows the dragon in Revelation is talking about the Roman Empire. Based off the 12th chapter. Because who was ruling when they went against the Jews in Jerusalem, man? Rome.
And they called the Romans, if I'm not mistaken, they red
army,
dragon.
Right, they called the army of the dragon, man, the red dragon. Yep. They know exactly who it is, man. Even Esau tells you that. All right. So guess what? They received their wound and they came back. I will rebuild the desolate places, like we read in Malachi 1 earlier.
That's right.
That's called the Renaissance period, man. The rebirth.
Yeah, because you read the Revelation, I believe it's 17. It says 5 are fallen. 5 heads was fallen, which was the French, which was the Greeks, which was Germana Minor, Germana Minor, and it was
Spain,
the Spanish, which they during the ancient Roman Empire, they had different names. Like French was called the Gauls, you know. But today the Esau has those same structures that he had in the ancient kingdom, right? So it says those 5 are fallen. You know, it says one is. That one who was what? During the time of John, which that was the head of Rome. And then it said the 7 was 4 to come. What's that 7? That last head is Britain, man, which is England. And then it says the 8th even is of the 7th that goeth into perdition.
That's right.
So this 8th head, it wasn't 8 heads on the thing, but the 8th head is that Roman head healed, man.
Right. And then when it said it came of the 7, man, it came out of Britain.
Yeah.
Rome was rehealed, but it came out of who? Britain.
That's right.
All right, and just so you know, America actually is still part of Britain. So it's not its own separate head, really.
Right. That's exactly.
It's still under the monarchy of Britain.
Hey,
This is the truth, man. I want to go judge somebody right now, but I'm relaxed because I'm brother love. brother
Benji love.
And it said, and that goeth into perdition, man. That perdition is the destruction that we've been talking about, man. So Esau, Edom,
look, man, it's plain. Just follow the kingdoms. Babylon.
Persia.
The damn East Indians, man. Right. Persia, Media Persia. All right. Greece, Rome. Who ruled after Rome? We living it right now, man.
That's right.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. Hey, because it said the dragon was loose for a little season. You know, but when it said
it said it was bound for 1,000 years.
Water. I couldn't get it out.
It was bound for 1,000 years.
That's right.
It was bound. All right, and it was bound in the Caucasus Mountains, man.
Sure,
which is exactly where it came out from, man.
Yep.
Real quick, can we get that Revelation 21? It's something specific. I gotta hear it to say the point.
This is Revelation.
Cause y'all was bound during the Dark Ages, man.
That's right.
We had our rulership. All right.
Yep. And that goes to the prophecy. When he break the burst the bands, he shall rule. Now, really, it happened twice. It happened in Kings. All right, those is Kings, and then because the prophecies is dualism and futurism, it happened again.
That's right.
All right, that was the blessing that was told to Esau in by Isaac, man. That Jacob would rule over him. He shall burst the bands, and then he should have the dominion after that.
Yep.
And since he broke the bands, he had the fullness of the earth, man. Go ahead, Salaki.
This is Revelation 21. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan,
right?
And bound.
And that goes to that's on the 2nd chapter.
Yep.
It says you got to reveal the son of perdition, right? And it says that the 8th is him that goes to perdition. So that 8th is who it is. Esau, Edom, that's who it is. Who works after Satan? Also says in 2 Thessalonians, his works is after Satan, man. That's the wicked, the devil. So-called white man, plain as day. Go ahead.
It says, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should not deceive the nations no more. So like it says that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season.
I want the next verse say.
And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them.
It was verse 1. 1,000 years. Hope says what? He was chased away as a thief.
Yep.
All right. And then that's what happened. He sat and brayed amongst the nettles. You know, he became basically a caveman.
Y'all was bound, and that's y'all being bound up in Europe in the bottomless pit, man.
Exactly.
A monkey man. You the real monkey man.
They went to the Caucasus Mountains, which is that's the point. The Caucasus Mountains is what, man? All right, at the bottom of Georgia, Rome. I mean, Russia.
It's the same thing.
Right. Russia and America argue who's Rome reincarnate, but really y'all really the same.
It's all
Edomites.
Yeah.
Y'all the bottom of the
It's all
Rome. Russia's the bottom of the beast. You the bare legs, man. Anyway, he was taken, bound there, and that's where you came out from, man. And then you got into the papacy, and from there took over. All right, you got put into them chains around 300 AD, and then you got out about 1300 AD. And what happened? You got into the papacy, man. And the timeline lines up. That's why they call themselves Caucasians. That's where you came out from, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what Malachi 1 goes into.
Mm-hmm.
Laid his heritage waste, man. And Edom said we are impoverished, but yet we were revealed. That was the Renaissance when they was loose for that little season. It was coming out of those caves, man. But go ahead, bro.
40.
Call it out again.
Daniel 2:41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay, and the part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron.
And what? It shall be in it of the strength of the iron, like we just explained, right? Go ahead.
For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, and as the toes of feet were part of iron.
Right, just like that beast was 10 horns, it's 10 toes, right? Go ahead.
And part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Right, and what that represent, man? That clay represent what? Habakkuk the 2nd chapter says what? Who ladeth himself with thick clay. That clay in the Hebrew word ibatyat, you know, which means heavy debt, man. So certain nations would be weak in debt, and certain nations would be strong. Example: Germany is would be considered an iron nation, man. You know. But go ahead, bro.
Verse 43. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, and shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one of any other, even as iron is not mixed with clay. And in the days of these kings,
because they ain't gonna mix, man. What Germany talking about? You can't keep bailing out all these nations that want to pull out of the agreement. That's what the Brexit. That was the Brexit about, man.
Yeah, and then the Brexit.
Yeah.
France want to leave too. The Gauls want to get out of it.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, kingdom divided amongst itself, man.
Hey, they said it mingled themselves with the seed of men, man. It was like, you know, it's men, you know. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings,
And in the days of these 10 toes, man, in the days of today, the EU and the NATO, those are the 10 toes. So that's today. So in these days of these kingdoms, go ahead.
says, and in the days of the kings shall Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
And that's what we're building now, man. We're building that spiritual temple. What's that? The Amos, the Bible Tabernacles of David. That's what we're rebuilding, man. You know, the Lord is setting up His kingdom now. Yahweh Shah said, Say not here is or lo there, but lo, the kingdom of heaven is within you. You know?
Amos 9 and 11. And that day when I raised up the tabernacle of David, that is fallen, and closed up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up the ruin, and I will build as if the day is old.
That's right. That's right. Isaiah 55th chapter says that they shall call you the
repair the breach. I just thought about it. That's bugged out.
Man, bro. You know, the restorer of the past to dwell in, man. We're building the kingdoms. What's that? Psalms 50.
Yep. I was set in the order before thine eyes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's what's happened, man. The Lord is putting us back together, man.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Getting us our old paths, man.
I was just thinking about that Jeremiah 8:8.
Jeremiah 6 so
Yeah, Job 8:8.
Yeah,
Job 8:8. Jeremiah. Right. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
When he was talking. Damn,
I was
thinking about the Job 8. I just want to be up too, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Searching my fathers.
Verse 45.
No, read 44 again.
Verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall Yahweh of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to the other people.
Which goes back into what we've been reading this whole time. The destruction of all these heathens. But Esau, Edom get it the worst because the stone hit the feet. All right, Esau, Edom get it the worst, but all the nations shall be broken. And then the kingdom of Israel shall be saved and established. The year of my redeemed and the vengeance. The saints should take the kingdom, man, and possess it forever, you forever. So really, to hell you don't believe us, but you get a motherfucking elbow dropped, you're gonna understand, man, that this is the truth.
Oh yeah.
You'll know that day, man.
Yeah, preset real fast. This is 2nd Esdras 10.
It's called Spirit Like the Wind.
This is 2nd Esdras 10 and 51. It says, and therefore I bade thee remain in the field where no house was builded, for I knew that the highest would show this unto thee. What he showed him was what? That woman mourning, and then her turning into a glorious city, man, right? It says, therefore I commanded thee to go into the field where no foundation of any building was, for in the place wherein the highest beginneth to show his city, there can no man's building be able to stand, man. You know? Right. So
that's why I wish I had many crowns. Ain't gonna have a United Nations, man. It's gonna be the kingdom of Israel ruling over the rest of the nations, man.
He should rule them with a rod of iron, man. Go ahead, brother. You hop back to the Daniel.
Verse 44. But it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
So as we was broken and shit, we gonna break y'all, man.
Every single
yeah. Hey, Revelation 2 and 26, man. It's a precept of Psalms, the 2nd chapter.
Psalms 2 and 8.
Right.
It says
it's crazy. I put that
Jeremiah 30:11.
I told him to get ready.
You know? Yahweh Shah quoted that. That's out of the Messiah's own mouth in Revelation 2 and 26, man.
But when he said it, he said, even as I received.
That's right. Which letting you know Psalm's 2nd chapter was a fulfillment of what he received, man.
This shit. Hey, man, it's too hard, man.
Romans 8, the joint heirs, man.
Joint heirs with Yahweh Shah.
You know?
8 to Romans 9, to whom pertaineth the law, the adoption, the promises, the covenants.
Psalms 147.
The kingdom
is right.
This stuff is written to us.
That's right.
James 1 and 1 to the 12 tribes. Hey, this is all for us.
First Peter 1 and 1.
And that's the gospel, man.
Damn.
This is the gospel, man. This is the good news. That recompense is coming to our enemies, man. These heathens who laughed at us, who mocked us, who rejoiced at our fall, man. You understand? Recompense is coming, man. And our salvation. Like the brother Murph was talking about, man. Hey, dealing with nice women, man. And you know it's a woman, man. You understand? Ain't no faggot shit going on in our kingdom, man.
Clean girl.
The clean girl.
The black ass nigga.
You know? Ain't no fucking chemtrails everywhere, no GMOs, man.
Ain't no Edomites walking around free.
That's right.
Sleep, breathing up all our air.
With their nose high in the sky, man. looking down on you like you a fucking monkey and you the reason for every piece of success they ever had, man. Fuck these damn crackers, man.
And all the rest of
in the hell, I was just saying, when the hell do you niggas, man, who subscribe to the ideology of the so-called
they
white
heathens,
man?
They lump in with them.
Straight heathens, man. That's why the book Isaiah said, everyone that is joined to him shall be thrust through, man.
Right.
The house is gonna be spoiled, and women gonna be ravished.
You read verse 45, brother?
Verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut off out of the mountain without hands, and that it
And
breaks.
it said the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands. 2 Ezra 13 chapter, where the Ezra see, man. He said it was a mountain cut, man. Like, oh shit, where the mountain, man? He flew upon a mountain, you know. Yahweh Shah is that stone that's returning, man, to destroy this place. Go ahead, bro.
Right on the start, man.
And that it break in pieces of iron, and the brass of the clay, the silver and the gold, the great power have made known the king to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure.
Ooh,
So
that
this
dream
is fact.
is fact. The dream is certain, and the interpretation is sure, man. Hey, that's what the Lord showed Nebuchadnezzar,
I
man.
was just gonna say, he
You
wasn't an
understand?
idiot, man. He know what he felt.
Hold on.
He know what he's saying. This wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You think he would have just let Daniel blow some smoke?
And EJ Love, man.
AJ done,
You're such an idiot. Hey, you really should be trying to go to talk to Esau, man. It says rejoice and be glad. You really should be trying to make videos up to these leaks, man. Tell me you need a portion of your money so you can go live it up. All right? Because they noticed the truth.
Right.
They watched. Hey, hell, they hopped out the limo on the elders, man. It was like, shit, we paid billions to have it. We paid, I think, millions, they said. I don't remember. They said billions, right?
Yeah, but really it's an unbelievable amount of money, man.
They said they paid that money to have this from us, man.
Yeah.
All right, Esau know this stuff. They had the dreams. They see it, just like not Pilate. Yeah, Pilate's woman.
Wife.
They had the vision, knowing this is the truth.
That's right.
Hey, this is the Hebrew word for what is that? For certain. It's the Hebrew word yatazayah. Yatazayah. Yeah. The water, brother. Yatazayah. It says the truth. Surely, reliable, truly, reliable, true, certain, sure. It's true, man.
It's what it is. So that vision has happened so far as according to plan. Babylon fell, Media Persia reigned, Greece came, that fell, Greece came, that fell, Rome came, that fell. The rest of Rome mixed with the clay, which is America, and the EU came. And guess what that means? It's about to fall. All right?
That's right, that's right.
And this is the word sure. Hebrew word aman. To confirm, support, believe, trust, trustworthy. Hey, to be so, man. To confirm.
The Lord swore upon himself. He could swear on no other. He swore upon himself, like he swore about the promises to us. All right, he swore upon about as I live, he said, man.
About destruction,
about your destruction, Esau. So really, Esau's destruction is a big part of our salvation.
It is.
The Lord swore on himself about both those things. They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got a precept.
Cook, man.
This is
like a turkey.
This is 2nd Esdras.
Turkey.
His ass sitting by the fireplace, boy. They Jack Frost nipping at his nose, boy. He crying.
Go get your money, man. You better ask them how you can cash it on your social security number. Get your bank account. Live it up, dude. Because you're gonna be in a pitiful case.
Yep. This is 2nd Esdras 4:28.
This shit gonna suck for you, bro.
It says, but as concerning the Salaki 27 was what, yeah. The water. This is 2nd Esdras 4 and 27. It says in No, 29 is the point. Slocky. This is 2 Esdras 4 and 29. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
This place got to be overturned, man. For us to get our kingdom, as Lamentations 4 plainly said.
You can't put shit on shit.
No, you're good. And so Lamentations said it best, man. It's one of my favorites. All right, it's one of them home run scriptures.
It is, man.
We saw Edom is the last ruler of this planet. They get destroyed. All right, Israel is getting established and set up. As you can see right now, the fact that we're waking up to this truth, man, and actually exposing Esau, Edom as the so-called white man, the son of perdition, all right, whom the Lord hated and is about to put an end to, man. So, you get some on the comment board? Yeah. So with that, hopefully this is edifying. We had a precept. All right. So with that, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the apostles. And salutation to you brothers doing this thing in sincerity, truth, and with charity. Shalom.
Shalom.